Hey guys, so we often hear about Amish being involved in buggy accidents, sometimes fatal ones, and that rightly gets a lot of attention. But unfortunately, the Amish are often involved in passenger van accidents as well, and I'll tell you a little bit more about why in a minute. The reason I'm doing this video is because on Friday there was an accident in west central Wisconsin in Clark County, in which 9 people were killed in the second deadliest crash in state history. Up to 7 of those people are reported to be from an Amish community in Virginia. And I have something to say about that particular community in a minute as well. Apparently what happened is that the passenger van that the Amish were traveling in collided with a semi at an intersection of 2 highways. And if you can look at the photos are just, you can see this was completely disastrous. It looks like the van caught on fire. You don't even want to think about it. Now, there was one piece of good news from this story. That was what we might call a miracle, the miraculous survival of a 2-year-old Amish boy. Everyone else lost their lives. The 2-year-old, apparently is nearly 2 years old, lost both of his parents, his little sister, his grandmother, and 2 aunts. So it sounds like this was just one family. A GoFundMe has been set up to benefit the families as well. I put a link to that in the description. The semi-driver also lost his life in the accident, as well as the non-Amish driver of the van. Now, why were the Amish traveling in a van? Now, this is a pretty frequent type of transport for the Amish. Now, they use vans for different purposes. Typically, it's to go a further distance than they can reasonably go in a horse and buggy. And in some communities, it's quite common. Now, there's 2 cases when Amish typically use vans. One is for shorter distance commutes from work to home. For example, an Amish construction crew or a family who runs a market stand at a Pennsylvania Dutch market may commute back and forth. The other reason would be for longer distance trips. And that's what was happening here. This was actually a group from Virginia who were apparently traveling to visit family in Wisconsin. And so it looks like they got almost to their destination when this accident happened. Amish will travel in vans to go to weddings, to go to funerals, to visit family. Most Amish, except for the most conservative groups, will permit this type of travel. I've actually driven Amish in one of these large vans before. I've also ridden in them as passengers. I can't say I've ever felt super comfortable in either position, but the fact of the matter is it's basically the most practical or efficient way of doing some of these trips. When you got a large family and you want to go to, a certain community that's not just next door, renting a passenger van with an Amish taxi driver. Of course, the Amish are not driving here. They're going to hire a non-Amish person to do the driving. That's very common. Some people make a full-time living out of that type of work. Throughout the years, you see these van accidents happening. Just last year, 4 Amish people died in a van rollover, also on a long distance trip in Iowa. Back in 2014, you had also 4 Amish losing their lives in a van wreck in Pennsylvania. Then one of the most tragic ones in 2011, 5 Amish people died when their van was struck by an intoxicated driver. One of the couples left behind 12 orphaned children who were later adopted by Amish relatives, I believe. So these things happen. We don't know why this accident happened. Who was at fault? I don't want to go into a lot of speculation as far as that sort of thing. The last note I want to mention here is that the community that this group was from got my attention because this is a community that I have visited several times. If you watch the video, my 5 favorite Amish communities to visit, this was on that list. The name is Burke's Garden, Virginia. One of the reasons I like it a lot is it's a very unique valley in Western Virginia. The nickname of this valley is God's Thumbprint. And if you look at it from an aerial shot, it kind of looks like that. It's almost a fully enclosed valley. And there's an interesting story as to how it got that way. But there's a very small Amish community living in this beautiful valley. The latest estimates via the Young Center at Elizabethtown College have this community at a population of just 95 people. And in this accident, they say that up to 7 of the people that were killed were Amish people from this community of Burke's Garden. That's nearly 10% of their population of their little community lost in one awful event. So a lot of the local people in the Burke's Garden community and area are trying to help out the Amish. One of the residents there, her name is Judy White, said that the Amish community is a community of people that will give you anything that they have to give. The faith and the strength that's being displayed by this group of people right now, it's unmatched. It's something that really is very admirable. I thought that's pretty well said. I don't have much else to say than that other than prayers and condolences for this community who suffered this loss. Sorry to have to share another bad news story, but I wanted to get this out quickly in a little video and draw your attention to the GoFundMe. Thanks for watching. Talk to you next time.